And it looks like the team just sitting there hypnotized. Although we certainly do not believe in superstitions, we would advise you, if you have a friend or three, give them a call and say, hey. And of course, in this modern day, I'm always saying call your friends. You can text your friends, hashtag or something. So the stage is set. Let's sit back, watch, and see what develops. I'm not going to do it now, but sometime during the game, if you've been like the way I have been, looking at players with these big beards, I decided I'm going to do a little research on beards. So during the game, yeah, there's plenty of them around. We'll tell you a couple of stories as we go through it. 2 down, no score. First of all, they say way back to the dawn of humanity, beards evolved, number one, because ladies like them. And number two, it was the idea of frightening off adversaries and wild animals. In fact, it was so serious, if you look it up, there's a divine mandate for beards in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. There became a time where Greek dramatists mined the popular prejudice against clean-shaven men. Back then, clean-shaven men were looked as the, maybe effeminate. And then along came Alexander the Great. That's another story. Alexander the Great was not only great, but he also thought he was the greatest looking man in the world. Oh, absolutely. Stripling ready, delivers, gets a strike. And Alexander the Great said there is no reason to cover up my beautiful face with a beard. And so all of a sudden, it started to disappear. I love the idea that he felt he was so beautiful. One strike. After Alexander the Great wanted clean-shaven people, it got so that the University of Paris banned long-bearded men from the lecture halls. That's back in 1533. And a few years later, the city's chief court outlawed beards on judges and advocates. Did you know that the first woman female king of Egypt wore a fake beard to convince people that she was a man? Yeah, her name was Hatshepsut. Then, of course, you come to Abraham Lincoln, who was clean-shaven, and a little 11-year-old girl named Grace Bedell. She said to Mr. Lincoln, if you would grow a beard, my daddy has a beard and my mother will tease him to vote for you. So Abraham Lincoln grew a beard. And of course that came up when his chief rival said to him, you're two-faced. And Abraham Lincoln said, if I were two-faced, would I have the face that I'm wearing now? So he answered him pretty well. Ah, yes, the beards. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Stripling set, over the top, pitches low, ball 3.